There you are. Welcome back to the channel and happy 4th of July. We've got disturbing videos, creepy TikToks, and scary theories that might just change your reality. Without further ado, let's dive in on this holiday.
This is not just architecture, this is technology. Why do you think that they hide the bells away and it's not getting used anymore? Frequencies, energy, and vibrations. The ether would be harnessed through the top and then the bells would let off the frequency. Do you really think that this architecture was built like this for no reason? This is not just architecture, this is technology. Why do you think that they hide the bells away and it's not getting used anymore? Frequencies, energy, and vibrations. The ether would be harnessed through the top and then the bells would let off the frequency. Do you really think that this architecture was built like this for no reason? This is a free energy machine. It's called an atmospheric collecting device that harnesses ether to create free energy. We just been reset and we forgot what the old world technology looked like. It's not history, it's his story. Wake up and learn the real truths. Stay blessed, guys. Tartaria, South Wales.
I know there's all types of different Tartarian looking buildings in the UK and in Russia. Everywhere, honestly, if you think about it. Yeah, the human body is crazy, you know. I can't attribute evolution to all that. You kidding me? Just spin something around in a circle and throw matter at it and tell me that it's going to create that magnificence? Get out of here. That's intelligent design, bucko.
And NASA astronaut Nicole Ayers posted a spectacular image from the space station of what's known as a sprite. That's a brief blast of electricity that occurs high above thunderstorms in the upper atmosphere. Ayers explains that photos like this help scientists better understand this rare phenomenon because ground-based observers rarely catch sprites. The ISS offers an unobstructed view above the storm systems.
That's the ether. Too much ether is being built up. We're not using enough ether, so what happens? They disperse it into the ionosphere, and I wonder if the firmament absorbs it. That's a crazy theory.
There's posted a
But there is a special, do you want to explain the special about melanin and how it protects the cell, the DNA inside the nucleus? That's very important.
Part of the reason you can't do these experiments, where there's a lot of melanin around, the melanin actually in a lot of people, in black people, it's actually spread out through the skin. It spreads out through the cells and covers everything from the actions of the ultraviolet light.
But there's no doubt in people with higher melanin, natural higher melanin, that it's far more likely that that melanin will be coating the nucleus, the cell wall of the nucleus of the DNA. Now the point about that is that ultraviolet light, which is often used to splice DNA, is blocked by that melanin. It absorbs it. It doesn't allow it in to interfere with the DNA. And it could well be, and this is Nigel's thesis, that this was a blocker for them when they were trying to genetically alter the species. And therefore, when maybe just out of random mutation something like an albino came along, they discovered, wow, we can get straight in. And it may well be that the paler skinned nation, people on the earth, have that pale skin because of this genetic experimentation to make things easier for them to work on human DNA. And in fact, Professor Steve Jones argues that this thing about vitamin D being, pale skin being there to allow vitamin D to be absorbed and so on, all these theories about why pale skin happened in the first place, he believes it's not an adequate explanation. There is no real explanation or justification for the need for pale skin at all.
Yeah, because I think if
dark skin is always an advantage in every circumstance.
Right. Most people would just automatically assume, well, they went to live in the north where there's less sun, so therefore their skin changed colour. But that's not the case.
According to Professor Steve Jones, an eminent professor of biology, that is absolute nonsense.
Right. Okay.
There's just no reason at all for pale skin.
You would want to absorb more light, and why did we lose hair if we came to a colder climate, etc.
Yeah.
So obviously something's wrong with that idea.
Right. All right. And Nigel contends that that the white races, the northern European races, have probably had the most interference from this outside entity called the grey alien.
Yeah, and he doesn't say that. It's very important to say he doesn't say that from the point of view of a kind of reverse racism.
Right.
It's just he's letting us know that, right, that's there, you may need to do something about it,
right.
and maybe suggesting ways that we could do something about it. And if you look at the record of the European nations throughout history, in terms of colonialism, imperialism, and what the havoc they've wreaked on the world, it makes the point
that
really.
It's the blue-eyed white races that have got their finger on the nuclear, well, I mean, what a right.
But there is a special, do you want to explain?
Blessed enough to grow up in a pretty diverse community. There's as many black people as there were white people, as there were Asians, as there were Indians, as there were Arabian type people. I just had a complete variety growing up, so I didn't experience racism that much. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. I love everybody. If we're trying to get down to the truth, this is making a little bit of sense. This is an interesting theory. I'm not too sure if the Greys were edited the DNA or if the fallen angels, you know, we're not being the truth isn't being told here. Somebody's lying to us. We got to try to do the research and figure out the truth through all this alleged information. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
It's got to be a fallen angel or a demon because they know when these things are coming. Did you all see what just went over the sky in China? It gets so crazy because SpaceX was going off a day or two ago, right? And whenever they're doing that, I go ahead and figure they're trying to cover something up and something's going to be in the sky. So I really keep my eyes out for anything going on. And then we get what they call a meteor. It's so weird to me though because it's changing colors. It goes from green to blue to red. And of course they'll say it's a meteor. But let's look at something crazy and then something crazier. Allegedly, this guy right here came up with a device where he could see interdimensional beings, angels, fallen angels, demons. And one thing about these things where they were all different colors. Now with meteors, they'll say because certain metals, it makes it a certain color. But again, changing 3 to 4 colors. And then the craziest part is this guy went missing after allegedly his device came out. And by the way, the faces and the things that people see are the same thing when they are on, think of a word I can use to say it on these apps. Things that manipulate your psyche, if you get what I'm saying. The craziest part was this girl right here knew it was coming. In general, I ignore accounts with that letter right there. Because, I mean, come on, since 2019 they've been saying get your popcorn ready. Nonetheless, this is weird. Anyways, this right here is some pretty cool stuff, regardless of anything else. Oh, and I had the color again of the devil's comment.
It's not the house. Please, God, please, let's pray, pray. Just pray. Please, God, please.
And keep your head on a straight swivel. Quick disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not reenact or recreate anything on this video. Strictly for entertainment purposes only.
These strobe fireworks need to be taken off the market. There's so many videos of these fireworks exploding close to the ground, causing damage wherever they land.
Oh my good Lord.
What was that creepy Look at the creepy picture they got on that boy. What would you guys, what's the name of this firework? If you had to name this firework, what's the name of this creepy firework right here?
Our house is on fire. Our house is on fire. Our house is on fire. They need to hurry up, dude.
They're on the 82 book.
Why are you driving through here, you idiots? Not the house, 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 not the house. Please, God, please, God, please, let's pray, pray, just pray. Please, God, please, in holy name, please don't let our house burn down. Please, holy God, in holy name, please don't let our house burn down. Please, God, in holy name, please do not let our house burn down. In God's holy name, amen. Hurry.
I'm scared.
Our house. We just wanted to light fireworks.
Oh, but that's all we wanted to do. It's not a good time to light fireworks.
Please, this is literally right there. It's right there. It's yes.
Please,
Save it, bro. Please save it.
please save us. Please, God.
Please save the house. The house. Please, the house. Please, the house. Oh fuck. Please.
Help me out. Stop blocking. Run, you idiots. Look at the fire hose, please.
Yes, they're getting it. They're doing it. Please, God, please.
Stay in the car.
Okay.
Stay in the car.
And God's holy
Blow
name.
it, you idiots.
Quiet, just quiet. Please save the house. Please.
The fire.
Yes!
Yay! Please, God, please. Oh, no. I just want to go with my friend. They're doing it, folks. They're doing it. Still don't work. This car works. You're gonna go now.
Yes! Take the phone. Where's my Zoom? It's right here. It's still videotape, bro.
We'll be here for a while. Our investigator's coming out. Probably about 45 minutes. Would they prefer you stay? You can go in the house, actually. You're fine going in the house. Yep.
That house didn't get touched, did it?
part of the seat. Is it on the other side?
You can still smell it, like it's so strong.
What are you doing?
Our house is on fire. Our house is on fire.
Yeah, man, it's not worth it. You gotta be at a safe distance, man, as far as possible from anything. And just, if you gotta see it, you know, watch the professionals do it on a beach or something, you know, with the water, you know, that's, that's terrible, man. But, you know, they started praying and you saw it. That house didn't get touched, you know. All praises to the Most High, man. What are they saying in the comments? They're just saying these fireworks can be tricky, man. It's just a scary reality of this stuff, man. Is it worth it? What are we doing? Why?
Wait till the end. Fireworks gone wrong. Wait for it. About to go down. Slowly backing up. Wait till the end. Fireworks gone wrong.
That laugh is what made it hilarious, though. She was yelling.
The fireworks mess up and accidentally shoot off all at once.
Somebody said they was ready to go home. He said, look, I'm going to hit all these buttons and I'm going to end this quick. Damn.
Oh my God, that's bad. We need water bad. We need buckets of water.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Hurry up fast, Daddy. It's bad. Get around the tree. Oh my God, that's bad. We need water bad. We need buckets of water. We need buckets, y'all, bad. We need buckets. It's breaking out. Hurry up. To me, you go. Oh, Lord. We're going to get in trouble. Yeah,
They're still shooting fireworks.
Okay.
I'm gonna call 911.
It's Mimi. I gotta go in this house.
My phone's stuck. Mama, let me get your phone to call 911.
Well, happy 4th of July, everyone. Let's talk about firework injuries. So this is an image I pulled off of Google. I have many of my own that I do not have permission to share, but this one circulates every year showing a bunch of x-rays from firework injuries. So for those of you that don't know, hand surgery is a shared specialty between plastic surgery and orthopedic surgery. So I have lots of experience with hand trauma. And both years of my fellowship in Oregon, I was on call for 4th of July. So I saw plenty of firework injuries. Okay, so first and foremost, and I know this has been said a million times and I've said it in other videos, if you are the one who is shooting off fireworks, please, please, please do not drink alcohol at the same time. Alcohol will delay your reaction times and it also affect your judgment. So many of the injuries I've seen were of people who lit a firework and then did not let go of it or drop it quick enough. And they all claim it wasn't lit. It was clearly lit. It really is not a good idea to drink and light fireworks. Next, if you're lighting the firework yourself, if at all possible, use a long match or a lighter with an extension because, let's be honest, these things aren't made with great quality control and sometimes they go off a lot quicker than you expect. Next tip is that when you're lighting these, it's always a good idea to do it in an area that is very far away from brush or things that can catch fire. This is especially important in Southern California, and it's really the reason why they're not legal in Los Angeles County or San Bernardino County where I grew up, because wildfires are common and all it takes is a little spark. So be very mindful of where you're setting these off. My final tip is be very, very careful with children around fireworks. So first of all, kids that are watching fireworks can run up to the firework quickly. They may not recognize the danger, and especially if the parents have been drinking, they may not even notice. I've seen several toddlers that were harmed because they got away from their parents and ran up to a lit firework, and it went off. It's always best to not allow children to hold fireworks in their hands or be the ones that light them. So I know sparklers are so cute when you have a little toddler holding one, but their little arms just aren't quite as long as an adult, and it gets that sparkler closer to their faces, hair, clothing, and can lead to a lot of injuries, and I've seen it many times. So happy 4th of July. I don't want to be the spoiler of fun, but it's really important to consider these things if you're going to bring fireworks into your home and have it part of your celebration.
You guys, it's disturbing looking at those images, you know, but you want to be safe, you know. You definitely want to be safe. You see those, how their hands were, you know, throwing up gang signs. You don't want no parts of that. It's disturbing the reality of what could happen. Be safe, y'all.
When you light a firework, the flame ignites a fuse that goes up into the canister. This flame reaches a black powder that combusts, and this propels the shell of the firework upwards. As it's flying, another fuse slowly burns at a delayed and steady rate, and once it's high in the sky, the flame reaches the center of the shell, setting off the second explosion.
Several fireworks shows around our area turning violent overnight after misfirings.
Ottawa County Sheriff's Office confirms to us that a woman was killed after a private fireworks show in Park Township last night. Ruta Olsenaida has been in that neighborhood this morning speaking with people there. Ruta, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's really terrifying stuff over what was supposed to be a celebratory night here in Park Township over in Holland, where a private fireworks show here on this street really causing a lot of damage. Take a look. Windows broken, residential areas completely devastated by some sort of fireworks. We are trying to get more information from them this morning, as this incident happened overnight, late last night around 11 p.m. We do know there were 9 other, but I want you to see just what kind of debris and mess really remains here. You can see the fireworks are still here, still left out. Whatever chaos happened last night, people had to run to safety very quickly. And obviously there was some sort of gathering to watch all these fireworks. As you can see, the chairs in the background, also a hose pulled out. People were trying to get this under control. Of course, it's hard to do that when fireworks go off, and we have been talking about fireworks safety for so long now, but this just goes to show how quickly things can turn around. And like you mentioned, Tessa, we've been chatting with neighbors all morning. They said they were concerned when they heard loud noises. Of course, fireworks, normal, but then they heard a loud boom. Take a listen.
Went back to bed like at 11 and then just heard, you know, like more fireworks, and then you think it's done, and then you heard a big boom, and then I was just laying in bed, and I thought I'm just going to get up and look at the garage, and all of a sudden the whole back street's just full of flashers.
Yeah, and that neighbor also mentioning that he had firework debris on top of his car. As you saw there, windows were broken. This small neighborhood here in Park Township, very much affected by what happened here. The Ottawa County Sheriff's Office has mentioned that they are looking into exactly why this happened. But you can see the remnants of what happened, whatever it was, still remain.
They tried to turn that town upside down that night. They was having too much fun, got out of control. That's the disturbing reality of the situation.
Because you know how expensive these fireworks are? I remember back then when I was a kid, I wanted all of them. Now, I take my little cousins to go buy fireworks. Not worth it. When when it's your money lighting the fireworks, and the fireworks gone in
you go
5 seconds. Paid $80 for that shit.
80
gone.
bucks.
$80 right there. They should have a firework that says the price of the firework, so everybody could know. Because you know how expensive these fireworks are?
You know, y'all gotta really, keep your head on a swivel this year, man. Tonight, tomorrow, keep your head on a straight swivel. We need all senses on full activation mode.
July 4th, party, alcohol, lots of alcohol, firework, boom, off goes fingers.
You know, it's not funny, man. But you seen Scary Movie where he was like, where he had that hand, that's what it reminds me of, man. Y'all gotta be careful and be safe. This is a blessing. 5 digits, be able to touch, feel, it's, man, it's not worth it. For what? What are we celebrating? What is going on?
Cops are using drones to spot and pinpoint illegal fireworks.
Look at that. Look at he stopped right there, Clay.
Cops are using drones to spot and pinpoint illegal fireworks.
Look at that. Look at he stopped right there, Clay. There's
Firework
another
people.
drone.
Oh wow, there is.
They're coming to get Kevin.
Turning into you, bro.
When a these strobe fireworks need to be taken off the market.
I don't know. We seen that one a couple times. I don't know which one was the real one initially, but it's, you know, these aren't no longer fireworks. These people are running up Call of Duty streaks and using them. I'm country, y'all. This is why I don't want neighbors, man. If it was up to me, give me some land out in the country, man. For real. What's the best way to get land, y'all? Let me know. Put it in the comments. If you know anything about buying land or anything, let your boy know.
Guys, firework, firework, firework. Guys, firework, firework, firework. Yo, watch out, watch out. Yo, oh shit, it's about to blow up on your guys' stuff. No, 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 no. Before it blows up, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. When was the last time you guys did something that got like your adrenaline pumping? It's a game of whoever can run the fastest. Run, run, run. It's whoever can run the fastest. Run, 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 run. We all gotta run. We all gotta run. We all gotta run. Run, 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 run. It's gonna blow. It's gonna blow. Guys, firework, firework, firework.
Hey, never look down the tube, y'all.
Yeah.
broke the glass.
How cool would it be to have a view up there, man? They living the life, aren't they?
No, they're over. Shit.
No, they got some new shit.
Oh wait, okay. Oh shit, oh shit.
Oh!
Oh no. Is that somebody's
Put the firework the wrong way and it blew the whole tube up. Freaking idiot, man. Holy. Hey, she ain't lying. $505.
Uh-oh.
And you don't seem to understand. A shame you seemed an honest man. And all the fears you hold so dear. Back it up, Terry.
Crazy.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Okay. Let's see if
Oh my god, it fucking did! Oh my god! Where did it go?
You think he got it? You think he got a good record?
A fiery firework display lit up the sky in BC overnight, but for the wrong reasons. An explosive crash in the province's interior set off the unplanned fireworks show near Hope, BC. A pickup truck that was towing a trailer loaded with fireworks had pulled off on the side of the road when it was hit by a semi-truck. Police say one driver was taken to hospital with minor injury.
Oh, that's called a fire show. That was tight.
Oh my good Lord.
How to safely shoot off fireworks? Screw your tubes to a sheet of plywood. Space them out and be safe. How to safely shoot off fireworks? Screw your tubes to a sheet of plywood. Space them out and be safe.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Do you guys have any fireworks that you shoot up in the air?
You know where you're at? Bro, this is Cali. We don't sell none of that here.
Do you guys have firecrackers?
Ever heard of a fucking wildfire?
Oh man, what do you guys have?
Why would we even have anything like that to sell around here?
Or they don't even go in the air?
Your better bet is probably hitting Skid Row.
Watch the world's biggest firework explode over Nagaoka, Japan. Watch the world's biggest firework explode over Nagaoka.
Une strobe roquette de 2,7 kg.
Watch the biggest.
This is the largest fireworks ever created in the world. Transporting it alone requires a massive crane. It looks absolutely incredible, doesn't it? Get ready. You will be shocked by the end of the video. This masterpiece is crafted by the American company Pinnacle Fireworks. It has shattered world records and been Guinness certified as the world's largest firework. With a whopping diameter of 62 inches and a jaw-dropping total weight of 1.2 tons. This is undoubtedly a beast. Even the steel tube carrying is 26 feet long, 7 tons weight, and 1 foot thick. Launching into the sky at a mind-blowing speed of 300 miles per hour, it reaches a height of 1 mile, visible throughout the entire city. Creating this colossal firework involves securing the outer shell with a multitude of firework papers, then, layer by layer, packing the explosive charges inside the firework casing. Japan once introduced a 52-inch firework, but to outdo that, Pinnacle Fireworks created a 62-inch marvel. Transporting this gigantic firework requires the use of tracked vehicles. Let's follow the video and marvel at this colossal firework beast together. This is the largest fireworks ever created in the world.
He was hype.
The big boom. Big boom. Is zo'n mobiel.
10 Rocket Valley.
That's it. Big boom.
Big boom.
Yeah.
Big boom.
Big boom.
I was decent.
I'd like to introduce you to the Komodo 3000.
Oh yeah. How do we know which one's the Komodo 3000? Let's hope that was it! Did it say when our vision would come back? Box said 2 days. Totally worth it.
I'd like to introduce you to the Komodo 3000.
Largest firework, yeah. Largest.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Damn, was that real? That looked like a video game.
So,
Whoa. Thanks for 1,000.
This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not reenact or recreate anything you see on this video.
Subscribers. 3.
Yes.
2. 1.
Ooh.
That one didn't even look real.
Top 5 biggest fireworks bombs in the world. Which one is your favorite?
That's number 5? It's like stars falling. I like that one.
Next one up.
Damn, I like those. It looked like a thundercloud, didn't it? This is probably my favorite one of the night. That was tight. I like that. They need to call them the Thundercloud boys. Give me 100 thunderclouds.
I can't find my fear. Isn't it lovely? Alone, heart made of glass, my mind of stone.
The story.
That is different. It's like a fire lake.
Hexanchus. Holy crap! Oh my god!
It's coming right at the ROS camera.
Oh my god, it's huge!
That's what we saw is the...
It was the bait. It was the lasers bouncing off of his body.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
The bait away.
So he has all the bait?
No, the bait is to the right. Here he comes again. Here he comes.
Got it.
Matt.
Did you get him on?
Oh, whoa. His gill slits are probably 20 centimeters long. This guy's got a meter long leg. Look how thick he is. He's huge. What do you think, Max, on size? 10, 12 feet?
That one is much bigger than the one we saw first.
Oh, yeah.
Could that have been a megalodon? There's a shark. Here's a megalodon tooth right here.
So with the ether, this was an element which was removed off the periodic table in 1910. There was a Russian scientist named Dmitri who discovered newtonium. And when he discovered newtonium, he said that this is the ether. There are elements that are missing from our periodic table. That's what I started to realize. Everything below hydrogen, which there's quite a few, is not allowed to be published. Dmitri was the original founder of the periodic table. So they celebrate him every 10 years and say, if it wasn't for Dmitri, we wouldn't have the periodic table. But when you get into the situation with the ether, they don't even credit him for that, or they say it's debunked. And the reason that they debunk this and say that it's not true is because you had Einstein come out, who was paid to debunk things. Even though he was there to study the ether, he talked about the ether. Then he said it wasn't real, which I thought was funny. You also have, in 1885, I think there's an experiment that they do to try to debunk, or 1887, there's another experiment that they try to do to debunk the ether. Now, when I was going through these rabbit holes, I found out that J.P. Morgan and Peabody's have owned the educational system since 1885. And then once that transition took place, it moved to the Rockefellers in 1902. And then both of those are backed by the Rothschilds. So you have that connection back there. So with the ether, this is what
they're hiding from you. The ether.
Nobody knows this temple exists. Imagine a 1,000-year-old temple with clear evidence of ancient technology. As you enter the temple, you look up one giant stone with 20 feet diameter. It also has a 3D chandelier hanging from the center part of the same stone block. According to some locals, the chandelier in the center rotates. Why was it made rotatable? If you sit under this, it will give you a psychedelic trip at the very center. You see that hole? They say a large crystal or a diamond was attached to it, and it was so bright that it illuminated the entire hall. Do you think they were using chisels and hammers? Or were they using advanced machines, just like what we use today? Did ancient builders know about gears and complex machinery? Nobody knows this temple.
Ancient temple, or was that an ancient motor? Shout out to Pareen Mohan. Look at the scale. Look how massive this is. Massive compared to this little person. Could this be a giant and his wife, possibly? If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this extraordinary beauty. From Morocco, an orange barite specimen with wolframarine. What? Are you kidding me? With wolframarine and shiny pyrite under a UV golden flash. This is called, if I had to name this will be Diamond Cheddar Popcorn. Diamond Cheddar Popcorn, if I had to name this. It's dazzling. And under the UV light, are you kidding me? I would have a display where the UV light would go off every 30 seconds. Like, it'll switch. And then the UV light will come on so you can see it. Then it will switch. How cool of a design would that be? I love this stuff, guys. I want to hear your names for this in the comments below. Drop, what would you call this specimen?
That controls polarity is the master of all things. And I find it's kind of funny that I learned a lot about polarity, and I've used it for helping people. I used it in dowsing. It's very, very important. And I'll give you an example of polarity. Every organ in the human body has a north and south polarity. There is no exception. I drew this. The block represents South Pole, and this is South Pole. This is your front right lobe, it's North Pole, and your back lobe is North Pole. So I call it a quadrupole. And basically you access the etheric realm, which is what the Hindus call the Akashic realm. That's the cause realm. It's even used in witchcraft. So what the witchcraft people do, I've written 2 articles on witchcraft and how it works and how it functions. And they use the same principles that the holy men use. It's like the knife that cuts the bread. You can cut it, you can use it to cut the bread or hurt somebody. So if you do it for good, then you're a saint. And if you do it for evil, then you're a devil. If you're praying for somebody that they'll get help, that's a good thing. But a lot of people pray that somebody will get harmed and hurt. So now you're drifting into witchcraft. That's why when somebody really does you in, you're just supposed to pray that they'll change their ways and they'll get better and that they'll repent and leave it be. You have to put it in his hands. Otherwise, you will be practicing the dark side of the knowledge. That controls polarity is the master of all things. And
I wish nothing but the best for everyone. I would never try to harm or wish any evil on anyone.
9 numbers in the universe. 9 numbers. 10 is actually 1 plus 0, that's 1. Zeros are placeholders. That's a man-made creation. Creator's language is math. There's only 9 numbers in the universe, 1 through 9. The numbers have a resonance, a frequency, a deep sacred geometry. And that this 3, 6s, and 9s is special, very special. Who said that? How about last century's greatest genius? Not Einstein, Nikola Tesla. Tesla taught his students John Keeley and Royal Raymond Wright and others. If humanity only knew the powers of the 3, 6s, and 9s, it would be a completely different universe. Not just world, universe, said Tesla. The alphanumerics, alphabet numbers, and alphanumerics of the English language, 1 through 26. But we talked about earlier, there's only 9 numbers, so you've got to use the Pythagorean mystery school math method of reducing the double digits into the single digit integers. So you take 1 through 9, 10 is 1 plus 0, that's 1, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 8. Then he took the words faith, trust, and God. Oh, wow, isn't that interesting, he noted. They're all 8s, the infinity sign, God's number. 9 is completion. Now you might say, oh, well, that's nothing fancy. There's nothing, it's just interesting, but it doesn't prove anything. Here you go. In the Bible, the Creator never adds or subtracts, always multiplies. So you take the multiples of 8s. Now imagine you were God for a minute. Just use your imagination. Rockefeller, Rothschild, cartel. That they deceived the wealthiest men of all the nations and practiced sorcery. The root word of sorcery is pharmacopoeia. Pharmaceuticals is the root word of sorcery. And they cast magic spells to do it. It says that's exactly what the hypnosis machines called the television are. Casting magic spells, indoctrinating people into the cult, into the deceptions. Thank you to the Rockefeller cartel. Operating on behalf of the royalty of Europe and the banksters of Europe that are running Carnegie and Rockefeller institutes and foundations. The fundamental mathematics of this starts with the whole note in music, reflecting the whole cosmic system. Now imagine you were God for a minute. Just use your imagination. And you were all that was. Boring. You'd be bored. Moreover, think about this for a second. If you were all that was, if you expanded yourself as, let's say you were God, in all directions to infinity, in all directions, massive outward growth and beyond, until there was nothing else but you, there would be nothing else but you. That means everything and nothing is the same. Same. It's all in that one symbol. That's what that symbol represents. Now, the shortest distance between 2 points, the Creator and you, is a straight line. So you divide that. Now you've got the rudimentary 8, which is the infinity sign on its side. You see 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees. It's all Masonic. It's all architecture. It's all sacred geometry. It's all the buried mathematics. Now flip this up. Look, you flip this one up here, flip this one down here. Now you got your X. That's how you came up with your X's, which are actually also alphanumerically the 6s, which I shared with you. Is a symbol. Like you see how divide the 8 in half, you got your 3. But you also have this 6 here, which you cut off a little piece here, you got your 6, which represents the spiraling down from heaven to manifest into earth. And 9s, the opposite, completion, going back up, rejoining Creator in the wholeness of heaven. That's the sacred understanding underlying our most fundamental mathematics.
Is it just me, or is Bill Nye getting more serious?
In 1839, at the National Library of Brazil, a mysterious manuscript was discovered. This 10-page document details the discovery of a lost city deep within an area known as Bahia in Brazil. The document tells of a group of Portuguese adventurers who searched the legendary mines of Muribeca, traveling for 10 years in Brazil's Amazon jungle. During their journey, the adventurers discovered the abandoned settlement of a lost city whose architecture and monuments are described as resembling a Greco-Roman style. Manuscript 512, as it is known, describes how the explorers found silver artifacts and gold. Some have speculated that this manuscript might just be the missing link to discover the lost city of Atlantis or even El Dorado.
You don't hear too much about what goes on in Brazil, especially in those rainforests. What are they really trying to hide from us?
I wanted to make a study on effective microbes after meeting Dr. Higa. And I knew that we had buffaloes in this country that went coast to coast at one time. And they had to be an unbelievable digestive machine. So I got a herd of buffaloes, and that was an experience. The buffaloes will kill you. They'll walk right through you and not trying to be mad or nasty. 6 of those buffaloes got loose one time. We had to get them back. And you can't herd buffalo like you do animals. They won't herd. You get out and you hit them in the face with a coat, and they'll chase you. And my brother would just barely get in the back of the truck, and that was good for about a mile. And we had these down, and I think the militia of Arizona showed up, the police and everybody else, and everybody that had a gun in the whole southern part of Arizona had a gun and wanted to get him a buffalo. But we got him back into the yard. We drove the truck right into the yard. They chased my brother about 5 miles, and it made a big article in the newspaper. One woman reported it to a highway patrolman. She said a herd of buffalo went through the yard, and the patrolman almost took her in. He thought she was drunk. But I found out that the buffaloes could digest almost anything. They can take cellulose fiber, sawdust, and turn it into food. And I found the most valuable part about the buffalo was the feces. You could take a handful of buffalo dried chips, and you could throw it on 100 dead chickens that stink to high heavens, and 30, 40 minutes later there's no odor. And I found that the microbes in buffalo will lower radiation. So there's ways of actually addressing radiation besides putting it in lead boxes. I think Joe Lead wants to put it all in lead boxes and bury it. But if we can neutralize these things, I just don't see why we don't try to neutralize some of the things. We've actually been able to lower a radiation count with good music. Now that's something that's hard to believe.
Seems like an organic way to do things. I like it.
CERN is detecting non-humans coming in and out of portals. Listen closely.
Actually, CERN is dealing with radionuclear research.
Right.
It's nuclear research. But it is more than that, because there are lots of physicians. I know some. They're doing very strange experimentation. There are beings from portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the CERN who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes, they have. Apparently, in the bottom of the CERN, this portal, this door, where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others say there are more dimensions. You know, they had a being, they did not tell me more, who came that doesn't resemble a human. And then they had another one, and they have a proof because they left a scarf. They left a scarf. And now, when you look at what is going on in the CERN, there is a fight from some of the military agencies, Intel. They say that there is a fight on time. They're trying to change time.
Why would they need to change time unless something went wrong or was never supposed to happen? Because CERN is detecting non-human.
That's how the Mandela effect's going on. They're messing with time too much.
Take a look at this picture right here. Just take a look at that image of that child. Not only that, take a look how he's holding the child. He's almost holding the child like it's I don't know, almost like it's a ferret. And
that controls polarity.
Let's get back into these Cabbage Patch kids. If you take a look at this picture right here, just take a look at that image of that child. Not only that, take a look how he's holding the child. He's almost holding the child like it's I don't know, almost like it's a ferret. And you also have to remember, these are supposedly premature babies. Now, if they're supposedly premature babies, why do you just have some guy just sitting there holding them up like that for everybody to sit around taking pictures if they're supposedly premature and delicate? I also noticed the incubators were odd. It didn't even look like anything that you would actually put an actual baby that you wanted to care for. Like, what is that? What's up with these flasks on the bottom? What is the M? What's going on here? There's a lot of chemistry going on here for a baby that's supposed to just be premature and being kept warm. Why couldn't they keep their own damn babies warm? At first glance, you take a look at this picture and it looks normal. But then again, it doesn't. Why are 3 men here? What is going on right now? Since when do men sit around like this operating and just working on? Since when? Huh? Because this is necessary? What is this, 1903, 1904? Another exposition. These are all over the world. They're making sure to showcase their clone devices as premature babies. Advertising. Like you would dolls or toys. And the funny thing is this. This is the mind blower. Let me tell you something. Why, right? Why would you need to have the babies in the incubator? That's like you going down to a washing machine place and you're there and they got actual clothes in there washing all the time. Why? Do you need clothes in the washing machine for me to know the washing machine works? Why weren't the incubators there with no babies in them? Why weren't they just there show? Wouldn't that have been normal? It says infant incubators. It's infant incubators, right? What are they? Oh, you can set the temperature. You know, they keep the baby healthy. They keep them safe. Why is nobody thinking logical here? But no, they're here advertising baby incubators with babies in them from somewhere. And they're telling you that there were nurses there working. Where are their mothers? Where are the mothers? Would you let that creep just sit there and manhandle your baby? Probably not. Another thing, would you take your baby? Think about it, it's a premature baby. This right here, it's a fire. This lights up. They put water in here. That heats up and then would you have a fire heating, boiling water and all right near your baby? None of this adds up. Unless it's not really an actual like baby, unless it's just a clone. The child hatchery. Hatchery? At the Berlin Exposition. Hatchery? The effectiveness of infant incubators. Nah, what do you mean? Like a child hatchery, like that's what would be like a chicken hatchery. There you hatching chickens, like you making them there. Incubators became a popular sideshow attraction at fairs, music. Coney Island, where they were displayed in incubators. In the late 1800s, inspired by chicken incubators, developed used simple. Why does it seem like these babies are like these clones, these Cabbage Patch kids? It's like they need a certain temperature in order to grow. Like they literally modeled the baby after chicken hatcheries, which you'd only set a certain temperature because you want like the egg to hatch and you want the chicken to come out. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't know about the Cabbage Patch Kids. Cabbage Patch Kids are a real thing. In my next video, because I don't got a lot of time in this one, they're gonna break that down, and that thing's gonna be weird and creepy, probably creepier than this one. But these white people in the 1800s, and they was sending these postcards. Cabbage Patch Kids, little kids from the Cabbage Patch. Like, and you heard about it. I'm just trying to spark that memory. Because these are the postcards they were sharing. And they weren't sharing these postcards for no reason. That's like a little mini statue. Cabbage with a baby in it. Yeah, because that's not creepy. Then y'all all know about the stork.
Looked like to me like the stork was getting paid.
Like, what the is going on here? What is this? Advertisements for cloned babies. What else could it possibly be? I mean, really though? Modern Bazaar Babies. Bazaar, it's like a store. That's like a, hey, come here and just buy a baby. Another thing. Why were they using these apparatuses instead of just breastfeeding? Do you know what this is? This is an image of the first movie. Did you know the first movie was actually a program for women to buy Cabbage Patch Kids? Let me show you. The name of the movie was La Fée au Jour. I hope I pronounced that right. In the movie, you see this woman pulling babies out of cabbage, just pulling them out and dropping them on the ground. Like it's a happy, fun, wonderful land. Like they're actual, I don't know, fucking carrots or turnips or something. Real babies, though. It's the first movie. Watch her. She's pulling these babies out of cabbage. This is the first movie, which is programmed. Because they would look, and then they acting like they're putting on the show, like they're selling the baby to somebody. Hey, oh, you come by and Cabbage Patch, come get a kid. Oh yeah, it's great. This is the first movie. Look, puts the baby down, put the baby. Look, goes and grabs another one, puts it out there. And remember they told you there was this baby boom? How was there this baby boom if y'all babies were constantly dying? Infections, premature, hypothermia. But y'all needed this apparatus, which is an artificial womb. Why would you need an artificial womb? That's for a clone. Only a clone would need an artificial womb. During a baby boom? More like a mud flood? My adoptive father was born in 1943, and when I was a kid, he told me stories about children growing in Bloekelum, Dutch, cauliflower. But he was told this story by his grandmother and mother. When I see him again, I will ask him. This series reminds me of his story. Cabbages are not that much different from cauliflowers in this case. Grandfather told him about being born in cauliflower. Both sets of grandparents from my fam were cold and lacking sympathy or love. I am a loving grandma. I love my grandchildren, but I have no memories of my grandparents hugging or kissing me on the cheek. And furthermore, they neglected us and they locked us up in the patio for most of the day and no feeding either. We had to wait till someone else from the family came to feed us. What? Just gonna end it on this note. Oh, I got their ass now. Because what does that say? Exactly. What are those? Look. That's what the Cabbage Patch Kids are for. Repopulation. But when the mind's blind, the eyes can't see.
I do gotta admit, the whole Cabbage Patch vibe is giving me a creepy, eerie vibe. That's something evil was afoot. Something they shouldn't have been doing. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Taken by the Romans, they made their cities, they slaughtered the cultures, and they sat on the throne. Why are you taking away my eyes, my life, and my bones? The giants lived with us. They used to stand so tall. They stretched into the sky with the firmament. Is that all? Above is so below, and you ain't got a clue. So why are you trying to prove that we're never gonna lose? Why did you lie? The devil's in the sky. The devil's in disguise. The devil's in your eyes, in your mind. You lied about the world fairs. You took over the architecture. I was really there. Why did you do that? Why did you say that you made them buildings? Is it because you play in the game of success for the agenda? Why do you take them kids away? I remember on the orphan train, they were really there. Like, you know what? I was quite scared. scary, what you did, why'd you do it, because it did happen, reptilian ways, like, am I really laughing? No. It's quite sick, so wake up the world. Yo, guys, trust me, please, please wake up. Wake up, 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 the light, the light, the light, the light. Wake up. I'm waiting for you all. Wake up.
Wow, and that's a giant riding a giant horse with 2 angels on his shoulders. That goes crazy. What on earth is that? That's all we have for today's video. If you made it this far, the code word is Super 4th of July. Drop Super 4th of July, so I know you made it all the way through this video, and I just want to say thank you. Your support means the world to me, and this was scary videos, disturbing TikToks, and creepy theories that might just change your reality. See you tomorrow.